Hello, everyone. Happy May. May might be national something, but I'm not going to celebrate it this month because next month I'm going to be talking about Black Music Month. And last month was National Poetry Month, which, if you did not know, I released my first ever poetry book, and it's called What If I Ruled the World? Poems by Per Music. I'm going to put the link in the description, and it's in my link tree. Please check it out. Please support your boy. That will be great. So now let's get into today's uh, video. I'm reviewing Shaboozey's discography. He has two albums out. He has one coming out May 31st called Where I'm Going Isn't Where I Started. There we go. I just looked this up and I already forgot. But yeah, it's supported by a few singles, which a bar song Tipsy just went #1 on the country charts. That's really cool. So he was born Collins Obina Shaboozey. I just looked up how to pronounce that. I hope that's right. And his stage name is from people mispronouncing his last name. Hopefully, I got that right. He was born May 9th, 1995. He's an American musician, singer, songwriter, filmmaker, and record producer. His music combines hip hop, country, rock, and Americana. He first gained traction from his track Starter Riot on the Spider Man Into the Spider Verse soundtrack. And he's also been on Cowboy Carter. He has two songs on there Sweet Honey Buckin' and Spaghetti, both starting with S. He's born in Northern Virginia to his parents from Nigeria and raised in Fairfax. So he's close to where I live. I'm from Centerville. So that's really cool. He was inspired by watching music videos on 106 Park that inspired his music. He founded his own production company, V Picture Films, in 2014. Excuse me. In 2014, as well, he released his first single, Jeff Gordon. He was signed to Republic Records in 2017 after catching attention with the singles Star Fox and Robert Plant. He released his debut album, Lady Wrangler, the next year. And his second album, Cowboys Live Forever, Outlaws Never Die, was released in 2022 through Empire Records. His third studio album, Where I've Been, Isn't Where I'm Going, is coming out May 31st. So I will talk about that during Black Music Month. Definitely going to put that on my notes to talk about that. He's supposed to go on tour, and he is going to be the opening act for Jesse Murph. I don't know what that is. He said so. His earlier music more of a trap influence, which I would agree with, and now he has more of a folk pop sound with acoustic guitar. And I agree with that. In his Colors Studios interview, he said his influences are Rolling Stones, Grateful Dead, Bob Dylan, Led Zeppelin, as well as Martin Scorsese. And he said such films as Taxi Driver and other influences include Fela Kuti, Clips, Roger Waters, the Backstreet Boys, Pharrell, Missy Elliott, Led Belly, and Johnny Cash. That's a little bit about him. We're going to get into his discography. So Lady Wrangler came out October 5th, 2018. This one is categorized as hip hop rap, and I'm going to agree with that for this album. But for the next album, and then the album after that's coming out on May, I wonder if it's also going to be categorized as hip hop rap because I feel like it's like a fusion mixture, like it said in his biography. So I kind of hate it that like you have to pick one. I guess it's easier for streaming if you pick one category for someone to be in versus like them being in a bunch of different categories. But I don't understand why that would be a problem. You know what I mean? Because like Lady Gaga has done, for example, done dance music, pop music. I would say hip hop ish music influenced, but she's probably still categorized as pop. So I don't know. I just feel like you should be able to like mix the genres that you're in. But let's talk about Lady Wrangler. You can stream it on YouTube Music, Apple Music, Pandora, Deezer, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. The vibes I got from it were like experimental, melodic, and exploring. Like he was exploring his sound. So let's talk about my favorite songs, my least favorite songs, and my overall opinion. So my favorite songs were Faithfully. The vocals sound good and the beat is very lively. The lyrics about succeeding and people watching him are good. So basically, it's like, oh, you're gonna watch me faithfully, even though you doubted me, basically. So it has some cliches, but you know, it was his first album. Warped Tour is clever wordplay with the chorus because he's like, I must be on Warped Tour because I got all these bands, which I don't know. For rap, everybody raps about how much money they have, so that's just a thing that's gonna happen. And he definitely sounds like the popular rap at the time because he has like an effect on his voice. It's not auto tune. It's like, but it kind of makes his voice, no pun intended, warped. But yeah, and then Angels is the last of my favorite songs. It's a witty wordplay on the chorus, and the beat is very cool and unique. I think he was saying 7-Eleven or like angel numbers kind of wordplay. That was cool. And my least favorite songs. The vocals are kind of whiny, and the typical rapper lyrics, talking about women and money. Basically, if the plan doesn't involve money, I don't want to, deal with it. And then not for me is another. Hey, if there ain't no bands, whatever it is not for me. Basically, so it was just kind of meh. And my overall opinion, this album has some experimental elements and good vocals, but it is definitely a hit or miss with the songs. So like some of them hit, some of them miss. So that's it. Um, it does sound pretty in line with what was popular in 2018 as far as like rap. I could tell Shaboozey was still trying to find his own unique sound. So it's not terrible, but it's only slightly above average. So I gave it a 6 out of 10. It was unique sometimes, but not unique from other rappers at the time. So it had some unique elements, but not too much. So now we're going to get into Cowboys Live Forever, Outlaws Never Die, which I feel like is more going into his style as we know it now, basically. It was released October 7th, 2022. He loves releasing in October, except this next one's coming out in May. It's also categorized as hip hop rap. I feel like it could slash country slash folk slash Americana. Like you could, they're definitely rap songs that I feel like I would be like, okay, that's more of a rap. But then the beat is still folk Americana country ish. Yeah, I feel like you could have some extra genres added to that. And it's on the same streaming platforms as I said before. And the vibes I get like a Western movie. You could like imagine all these things happening. Melodic and mellow, which I'm going to get into mellow, which I don't think was bad, but I will get into it. So my favorite songs were Tall Boy, very country, relatable and fun drinking song. Just everybody wants to unwind after a hard week. That's basically like what the song's about. He's like, give me a tall boy. I've been having a hard week. I want to drink, basically. Sticks and Stones, very clever chorus. I love the guitar beat. Vocals sound good here. Melodic in a good way. So it's a love song. Sticks and Stones might break my bones, but this here feels like a bullet hole. It's the first lyric of the chorus. I feel like it's really clever. Snake, very lively, clever wordplay. The beat is booming. That one was kind of rap-ish, sure, more rap-ish. At least from what I can remember, the beat-wise and the lyrics-ish. Um, Why Can't Love Be the Reason, featuring Garzone, even though the title's kind of contradictory. It's a nice love song with a good feature, very mellow guitar riff beat, and both of them sound well together. Because it's kind of like, why can't love be the reason we stay together or something along those lines? It kind of doesn't make sense. Because it's like, shouldn't love be the reason that you stay together? I like this song, so I'm not going to say too much about it. Even though my least favorite song, I will say it is a little confusing. So let's get into my least favorite song. It's called Sick as Hell. The only reason why is because the beginning of the song sounds like he's saying he died, like he's dead. So I'm wondering if the rest of the song's in the past. It's just a storytelling like point that I'm not sure if he's talking about from when he died he died in the beginning, and then the rest of the song is the past with him. And I think we've talked about it. But all the things he's talking about is in the past when he was alive. Like Beyonce on Cowboy Carter has a song where she did die, but then she just got brought back to life. So it like makes sense storytelling. This one, you got to work on the story because I'm trying to figure out what's going on, basically. So my overall opinion is I would say this album is definitely more country based. Like his music currently, I would say it started off strong with Tall Boy and My Love, which basically My Love is another love song. Like I'm giving you all my love. Tall Boy is very energetic and relatable, while My Love is a power love ballad. It's very booming, dramatic, but in a good way, like a ballad. This album was better than the first and more in theme with his image, but I still feel like he really could give me more hold down vibes. Oh, well, like I will say this genre bending and blending. I do like. I will say I do like this genre blending with country and rap. I thought I would be square dancing the whole album, but it was more mellow than I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because I wanted to get more upbeat country and like go full out. I want to be knee slapping. I want to be, you know, with the jug in my hand making the music. You know what I mean? I really want him to go there. But I do like the genre mixing, so I feel like that's really good. I like it more than the first album because the first album was kind of like not super unique, but now he's getting there. He's got a 6, he got a 7. Hopefully, the next album will maybe get an 8, 9, 10. We'll see. Um, but yeah, I feel like there's definitely more country, but I thought it was gonna be more upbeat country songs, and it's kind of sad. I was like, damn, I'm depressed listening to this. But I enjoyed it more than the first album. So I told myself I was not gonna write a poem, and then I got inspired to write a poem for today because I was gonna do a rant about the genres, but then I was like, actually, it made sense. So this uh, poem is called Cowardly Cowboy because y'all know I love alliteration. It's inspired by Sticks and Stones. So I put the quote from the chorus: "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but this here feels like a bullet hole. Broke my heart when you said you won't." First 3 lines. Okay, so here it goes. Left me on the farm alone, 2 crying babies, me crying along with them. Put my heart out my chest, chewed it up, spit it out. Got no money, got no patience, got no guidance, got no love. Left me on the farm alone, 2 crying babies, me crying along with them. You told me you always loved me, like Whitney, but you, Bobby, no good, raggedy ass nigga. Should have never paid the ransom to get your ass back home safe. Could have saved my daddy's money. Left me on the farm alone, 2 crying babies, me crying along with them. Gotta stalk the other cowboys for some spare cash. They tell me, oh, I missed the line, y'all. Sorry. So we're gonna go back up. Could have saved my daddy's money to get real fancy to find a better nigga. Left me alone on the farm. Left me on the farm alone, 2 crying babies, crying along with them. Gotta stalk the other cowboys for some spare cash. They tell me they love me. I know they only love my body. They leave the money on the nightstand. Then in town, they avoid eye contact. In the bar with their wives, like nothing happened. Left me on the left me alone on the farm. 2 crying babies, me crying along with them. I'd rather you shot me than abandon me, because the pain feels the same. My no good ass nigga cowboy left me. Uh, Poem. We all enjoyed that poem. Because like I said, I wrote poetry all month last month. I was like, I'm not writing a poem for this video, and then I got inspired by the song. So and I really like the poem I wrote. So yeah, so I will. So that's Shaboozey's discography. I'm really excited about his next album come out. He has a little controversy. Apparently, he was. Well, I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan, so it doesn't bother me. But he wants to be #1 about Taylor. And Swifties didn't like that, but it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Because yeah, a black country guy be #1. Like Taylor Swift has so many #1s, so many awards. Like Let somebody else win. But yeah, so now I've angered maybe some Swifties. It's all right. All right, y'all. I will see y'all next week. And I highly recommend checking out Cowboys Live Forever, Outlaws Never Die. The first album, don't even worry about it. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for his next album coming up. I will see you all next week.